Hi everyone. Pretty big update coming now. Haven't done one for about 5 or 6 weeks, so it's mounted up a bit, so I better get it out of the way. About 40 films altogether, so I'll try and get through them as quick as possible. I have sort of overbought a bit this month, but so never mind. Start with the Blu-rays anyway. We've got Area 51, or just called 51. But I've not watched this one yet. I picked it up really cheap. It hasn't any good, but it's in the trailer. It's like one of them sort of cheap sci-fi type films. But this one I did watch, Alien Abduction, like a found footage alien abduction movie, hence the title. Yeah, but I did enjoy this. It was pretty good. You know, not the best of its kind, but you know, kept me entertained. Thought there was some really good scenes in it as well. So, Intruders, which I was quite pleasantly surprised. I didn't expect much from this. Picked this up really cheap. Got £2 or something, this Blu-ray. Yeah, I was quite surprised. It was quite a good little film. Quite atmospheric, you know, and you know, sort of decent film. Not bad at all. It's worth picking up with seat cheap. So, State of Emergency, which is like a zombie film. Haven't watched this yet. Looks a bit sort of 28 Days Later, sort of meets I Am Legend. Don't know if it's any good. This one, Underground. I watched the trailers. This looks pretty good actually, the trailer, but I've not get to watch this one yet either. A lot of these are not long come, you see, so haven't got to watch that many of them. I've watched a few, but this one, which I have watched, House of Bones. I've seen this advertised, you know, quite a lot. I managed to pick this up for a market. I think I paid a couple of pounds for this again. This was actually surprisingly pretty good. It's made by the Sci-Fi Channel, which usually means the films are terrible, but this was actually, you know, pretty watchable, pretty decent sort of haunted house film. You know, seat cheap, well worth picking up. Now DVDs. The Bleeding, which is like a sort of action vampire film. Got this from the market as well. I did buy a batch of films from the market. I think got like pretty much all the Blu-rays on there, and about another something like 7 or 8 DVDs. And charged me like £30 for all of them, which is quite good. About 12 films, 13 films altogether. So yeah, but that was one of them. The Bleeding. Don't know anything about it, so the one I got off Amazon. Not a great movie really. It's probably the weakest of the set. House 4. It is the weakest one, but I just thought I got it. Thought it quite cheap, and I thought I've got the first 3, so just to complete the set. But you know, not a great movie, was it? This is one that Horror Fan Man recommended, and also Moods. I had to get it because I watched the trailer, and the trailer looked brilliant, and I wasn't disappointed. It was a great film. The Demons Rook, brilliant film. Like a throwback to 80s horror films. All practical effects. Really good. Quite cheap at the minute on Amazon as well. I think that will actually probably go up in price eventually, but another one I've been after for ages. Picked it up really cheap, couldn't believe it when I saw the price. The Devil's Reign, which is a brilliant 70s film. One of the quite close to my heart, this film, and I do really enjoy it. It's very cheesy and that, and you know, it's got some good stars in it now. You know, Ernest Borgnine, William Shatner, Tom Skerritt. You know, decent 70s sort of like a cult sort of thriller film. Lost Souls, I picked this up for like £1, I think, off Amazon. Not watched it, but it's supposed to be like an Almond meets The Exorcist thing. I had this one come yesterday, my wife bought me this one. Hidden, I think it's like a haunted asylum film again. I do quite like them now, I'll check that out, that looks decent. This is another one of the things I got from the market. I mean, I want to get all the loads for £30. It's like a 3-pack. Evidence, I've not watched that. Cabin Fever 3, which I've already got singly, but there's 2 films on this, so there's one here as well called Voodoo Possession, Danny Trejo in it. Not seen that yet, but you know, I did get that one for free because I bought 12 and he's giving me that for free, so it didn't cost me anything, so that was alright. Another one I got off the market there, The Infection Z, like a zombie film. Don't know if it's any good or not. So, this is off the market as well. Paranormal Initiation, we've got a slipcover, exactly the same as the other one, but what the hell. Protects the box, I suppose. Yep, don't know anything about that one either. This looks quite interesting though. Reaper, what's a trailer? That looks really interesting film. I'll definitely have to give that a check out. But Danny Trejo and Vinnie Jones, that looks really decent now. Did watch the trailer to it. Shame the Devil, which supposedly is like a British Saw from what I can read about, but not watched it. I'll check that out. That was off the market as well. And this one, Barricade. Don't know anything about that either. So, The Last House. This is supposedly like a psychological horror one. It sort of looks like it's going to be a bit like that Paper House film, so that'll be interesting. That was another one off the market as well. Then I think most of these are probably off Amazon now. Hatchet 3, got it to complete the set. Love the first 2. Can't wait to see that one. Children of the Corn Revelation, which I think is the 7th one, if I'm not mistaken. But yeah, I love the first sort of 3 of them, and then the 4 and 5 sort of went downhill a bit. I'm hoping this will put it back on track, but I don't know. Now, really bizarre film there. So I watched this on Netflix and loved it, but really strange. Rubber, which is about a killer car tyre with telekinetic powers. It is one of them what the hell films, I think, is the best way to describe it. But it's really good, actually. It's a really good film. Dario Argento's Mother of Tears, which is the 3rd in the 3 Mothers trilogy. I've not watched this one yet, but I've seen the first 2. I love the first 2. Suspiria and Infernal, great film, so I just had to get that to see. There's Children of the Corn 666, which is actually Children of the Corn 6. We have Isaac's Return. Not watched this one yet. This one I think come a couple of days ago. I ain't got to watch it, but it's got the original guy who played Isaac in the original Children of the Corn. Obviously a grown man now, but it's good to see him back in it. Boogie Man 2. I've not watched this. I've got Boogie Man 1 and 3, so I just picked it up cheap to finish the trilogy off. Hammer film now. I like to try and get Hammer film every update, because I'm trying to work my way through them. The one I've been after for ages. Curse of the Werewolf, brilliant one. One of my favourite ones when I was a kid, that one. Oliver Reed's really good in that as well. I think it must be one of his really early roles, that. Like 1961, this film. But really good, I really enjoy that. Really low budget zombie film from Northern Ireland, I think it was. It's Battle of the Bone. I've never seen this around anyway. I did watch it. It was obviously very low budget, you could tell, from sort of the acting and stuff. But not great, but it was a very well made sort of film for a low budget independent one. And also this one has got a really interesting documentary about how they made the film. The making of the film was on about nearly an hour, I think. And that's really, the actual documentary is a lot more interesting than the actual film is as well. It shows all the troubles that they had making the film on such a low budget. It's worth getting just for the documentary. It's like a BBC sort of dramatisation. It was like a 2-part miniseries, which I picked up as well. Count Dracula, BBC TV one. I've never seen this. I didn't even know it existed, funnily enough, but it just popped up on Amazon on like the recommended thing. I thought, oh, well, no, I've not seen that. I'll check that out. It's really good. Blood Creek. I got it from Poundland, so don't know if it's any good, but Joel Schumacher directed it. I've seen a few of his films, so yeah. I think it's about and resurrecting Nazis or something like that, but I've not watched it yet. The Charles Band film now, so I really saw the trailer, like the look of. Decadent Evil Dead. I think it's just called Decadent Evil in the States, but I did like the look at this. This looked really good, so can't wait to see that. The Frankenstein Experiment. This is like another cheap pickup, I think 10 pence or something off Amazon, so I don't know much about it, but another one there, the next film. A lot of people probably wouldn't class this as horror. I think I do, because it's certainly got shocking scenes in it. It's got horror elements to it, and that is The Devils, which is the Ken Russell one. I think it is sort of classed as horror. It's in one of my horror books. I got a horror book that tells you all horror films from like right up to the early 80s, and then this was included in it. So yeah, some people can argue it's not really strictly horror, but the main plot is like possessed nuns and that, so I think it would probably come under horror, but it's a great version. This is the most complete version around, supposedly. It's I think the British Film Institute one or something. Yep, British Film Institute. It's a 2-disc one, loads of extras on it, documentaries, everything. Really good good version to get that. Probably the definitive version at the minute though. The Uninvited, not watched it yet, but it's a remake of A Tale of Two Sisters. I'll see what that's like. I did like the original Tale of Two Sisters. Doomsday, which is another one I suppose is strictly not horror. It does have horror elements, but it's a bit more like a Holocaust sort of, nuclear Holocaust type film thing, a bit like Mad Max and that sort of thing. I'll definitely check it out. Silent House. I just picked this up really cheap. I don't know if it's any good or not. I think I found this in a charity shop or something. I paid about £1 or something, so I'll check it out. It looks okay. Looks like a run-of-the-mill ghost story. And to top it off, Dario Argento's Infernal, the Blue Underground release of that. I did really love this film. Visually amazing. The plot was a bit... You sort of got lost in the plot a few times and that, but visually I think it was one of his best films, visually, so... There you go, there's the update anyway. I did go through it really fast, a bit too many to talk about too much, but anyway, I'll do another one soon. I've got some more in the post, got some great ones, on the way in the post as well, so thanks for watching, see you again later.